Welcome to a quick demonstration of how to use our savings calculator. We find that it's very important to determine the different ways that GPS fleet tracking will create a return on your investment. And instead of just providing you with a form that you can fill out kind of blindly, so to speak, we felt like it was important to give you a demonstration of how to actually go about inputting your information and why you would input the information that you do. After watching this demonstration, below there is a link to another page where you can create your own individual analysis. On the top right hand corner of that page, there is a button that says click to edit. That will allow you to change the cells, and then you can save that information by clicking on the export button, which is towards the middle on the top of the page. So let's go ahead and get started here. All of the light blue boxes are boxes that you're going to want to go ahead and fill out. On the right hand side, after doing so, these boxes will auto-populate to give you your final analysis for your company. So let's get started. We'll look at 10 as being the total number of vehicles in our example fleet here. We'll also use 10 as the total number of employees with our fleet. If your business happens to have multiple employees per vehicle, you'll want to account for that here. Current price paid per gallon of gas, down here in Florida, it's about $3 currently, so we'll use that. Average profit per job or stop or appointment or sales call or whatever it is that your vehicles actually do throughout the day, the extra profit that would come from being able to attain one extra. We'll use $35. I do want to go ahead and point out at this point, our goal here is to use very conservative numbers. The reason being is if you don't believe or trust what we're inputting, this is very irrelevant. So obviously you'll want to input your own company individual numbers, but for our purposes here, we're going to try and stay very conservative with our numbers. So moving on, our average hourly wage paid, we'll put $20 down. Keep in mind that if you're a company that pays overtime to your employees, really we're talking about a $13 or $14 an hour employee here, because kind of last in, last out hourly wage paid, we're eliminating those overtime hours. Wear and tear cost to the vehicle per mile. What we're looking at is two things here. One, the extra maintenance or service that's required on your vehicles due to extra mileage, as well as the depreciation that comes from the depreciation of those vehicles that comes from that excess mileage. So we'll use 35 cents per mile. Now we're going to look at the actual ways that GPS will affect your business. Revenue increase, and this is one of the main ways that we will really impact your business. Now that your employees are being held accountable for every minute of the day, hopefully they will know they're being watched, and as we always mention, it's kind of like having a supervisor or manager or the owner of the company riding along with them at all times. Will they be more productive? And we have found that oftentimes that is absolutely the case. So we'll just use one as an extra, stop job, sales appointment, whatever that may be throughout the week. This is on a per employee basis. Looking at each of these boxes that are in green, these are kind of extras, so to speak. They may apply to your business, they may not, but the number we put in each one of these boxes is on an individual annual basis. So what we're referring to here is annual revenue from new clients due to GPS. If you're in an industry that has kind of a similar product or service to others, this is a great way of differentiating yourself and works as a great closing tool. We're going to put one in each of these boxes just to kind of create a placeholder, but we don't want to have it affect our bottom line numbers here. So annual revenue from retained clients due to GPS. What we're referring to is now that you can provide reports to each of your clients that you have, showing them or demonstrating to them what each of your clients does throughout the day and throughout the week. Will they appreciate that, and will they maybe stay with you longer? We'll put $1 as we mentioned. Now we'll talk about cost savings. Hours saved in payroll per week. Payroll regularity is kind of the biggest factor that you'll find here. Maybe looking through and comparing your stops and work hours of your vehicles to what your employees are putting down on their time cards. Just a little bit at a time adds up tremendously throughout the week. So we're just going to put 1 hour per employee per week. Obviously, this number we have seen can be as many as 1 hour every single day. Sometimes it's even more extraordinary than that, but we'll just use 1 hour per week per employee. Gallons of gas saved per week. Using our routing and dispatching tools, eliminating all idling that's unneeded and not allowed, as well as cutting out all of those trips that maybe are unauthorized, whether it be lunch or stops, breaks, weekend driving that's not allowed. So we'll just say 2 gallons of gas per week. Along the same lines, reduced mileage driven per week. Every time you're saving gas, you're typically saving mileage driven. So for our purposes, we'll just say, along with those 2 gallons of gas per week, we'll say about 30 miles per week. That's only on average about 6 miles per day. Annual reduced liability, tickets, accidents, insurance. If your drivers are driving kind of risky right now, maybe they're speeding, maybe they're going places they shouldn't be, maybe they're moving during times they're not allowed to be moving. If you've had to pay for tickets or accidents, or maybe now that we have an anti-theft device on your vehicle, we can provide an insurance discount, or your insurance carrier can provide a discount to you. Anyhow, you want to account for each of those ways that we save money in that box. Annual eliminated billing credits. Once again, this is if you're in an industry that maybe provides an on-time guarantee, or you want to provide proof of service. If you have clients that say, well, you never either came to our house or came to our business, this is a way of verifying that for them and hopefully eliminating billing credits if you are currently paying those right now. So we've input our numbers, and now we're going to look at kind of how this impacts the bottom line. Our devices cost $99 currently. As you may know by looking at the market, we're about a third or a fourth of the price of most other fleet tracking companies out there. So we're highly competitive in that regard. We charge $15 to activate the SIM card. This is live tracking, and we have to pay an activation fee for your SIM card that's in each device. We include shipping for free. If you have the VFS plug, obviously that installs in seconds for free. If you have the VFS wired, it typically can be done yourself in less than 15 minutes, but that is something that you may find. Worst case scenario, you take it to a mobile audio installation company. It should be a nominal charge. But we obviously do not charge you for that. Monthly service per device, $23.95. Once again, I think we're highly competitive in that regard. You may find that we're a lot less expensive than the competition. So your upfront costs for 10 devices would be $1,379. Your monthly recurring charges would be $239.50. Your first year upfront costs would be for a little over $4,000, and every year thereafter it should drop down to $2,800 since your devices are already paid for. Looking at what we can do and how we can add money to your bottom line, every week we're looking at $715. Multiplying that times 4, your average month is about $2,860. Our annual addition would be around $35,750. Keep in mind that we're only looking at 50 weeks here. We recognize that all of your employees will probably take about 2 weeks every year for vacation time, so we're only looking at 50 weeks in the year there. We really had a small, as we mentioned, just a very small impact with the kind of extras. So our total addition to the bottom line is $35,754. Most importantly, and what I'm sure is something that's of value to you, how long did it take to create that return on investment? Well, based on the numbers we have here, about 2 weeks in, this has been completely paid for. It becomes a revenue-producing asset your first month. This should be making money for you. Your first year net, just based on the very conservative numbers that we've provided, would be $31,740. Obviously, you'd have to believe these numbers, and we're not going to try and sell you on whether or not you need an extra $31,700 with your business, but we know in this economy, every dollar is important to most businesses. So that's it. Thanks so much for your time. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us, and we'd love to go over this with you live. Have a great day.